Welcome to today's video, and there is nothing that could happen today or probably for the next few weeks that is going to make me feel down, because I know I said the Evo was a long-term project, and if you guys were watching the Twitch stream when we were at the shop, I was talking about how I was feeling a bit down about the whole Evo and all that kind of stuff, and how it was going to be like a really dragged out project, how hard it was to find parts and stuff like that. But something happened. Something popped up that was literally an opportunity that will probably never happen again and should not have happened, but you're gonna have to wait for a video. But there's gonna be a lot of Evo updates coming very soon to the channel. I am actually mind blown because the timing and how this all worked literally happened last night, and it's mind blowing literally after that video went up for this to happen. Anyways, you'll find out about it in a couple weeks probably, but for now, all I'm gonna say is maybe not long-term project anymore and get excited. So with that, we gotta head to the storage yard. We're gonna do some work on the 32, give you an update on the shell that we picked up the other day. I'm pretty sure the guys have pretty much cut that thing up. So let's go check it all out. All right, so we just got to the storage yard and I've already got the Skyline jacked up in the air. This is kind of like a bush mechanics right here. Got some gram lights down there under the wheels to get this thing up nice and high, so I got plenty of room to remove the fuel tank. Removing a fuel tank in a 32 or S13, they're pretty much the same tank. It's very simple. It's normally just two straps. You got to undo gas lines and stuff. But I know the gas tank in this is going to be full of junk. So we're going to take it off, take it to my shop. Hopefully we can clean it out and recover it. If not, we'll probably have to buy like a GTR plastic one or something like that to go in there, because these old metal ones from the GTSTs and the S13s always rust out internally when they've been sitting for a long time. And this thing sat for a very long time, as you guys know. So that's what we're gonna do. Get that fuel tank out. I'll get a tarp and everything down there and get some tools out. Let's get it. I think it's safe to say, like, this is not gonna be in good condition whatsoever. Every single one of these tanks, no matter, like even if the car's been used a lot, they all start to get rust and stuff in them. Like it's a bad time. Oh, it's already cut. Okay. That's weird. I'm not expecting this to be good. Oh, this is definitely not going to be good. So the lines have already been removed. Oh, this is just sitting here. Like the bolts in it. Oh no. No. Oh, that is bad. Oh my God. Dishworks, I'm gonna definitely need your help. Oh my God. Yikes. This is the worst I have ever seen. Holy crap. Yeah, this thing definitely sat for a long time. That is chunky. Oh my gosh. What is inside the tank? That's my worry. This is not gonna be good. This is not gonna be good at all. Oh, it's not that bad. I think this is all gonna be cleanable. Like, there's a lot in there. Oh yeah, maybe not. I don't know, we're gonna have to clean it, use some chemicals to get that all off. Yikes, it just looks like a bunch of dirt and just old fuel that's like crystallized. Oh my gosh, there's so much like dirt in here. I don't know if you, oh, it smells so bad. Oh. Oh. Yeah, we definitely need to take that tank out. Oh my God. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. Okay, well, definitely taking the tank out today. Definitely gonna try and clean that out as best we can. At least it makes my job a little bit easier. I don't have to undo the lines or anything. Those are normally a real bitch. Under here, everything still blows me away how nice the chassis is under here. Obviously, we got this little guard here with a bunch of surface rust. I'll be throwing that in the trash. But like the bolts aren't even too rusted here. It's kind of nice. It looks like we actually got a diff on this too, like 5-bolt one. So it's an upgraded one from like a 33 or a 34. The 32, or it could even be a GTR diff. I don't think so though. Like it's the extended baffled cover too. Interesting. It's definitely, hang on, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's got GTR shafts. Huh. Yeah, these aren't 5-bolt, they're 6-bolt GTR ones. Damn, this has got a good diff in it then. I'm hyped about that. Anyways, taking out the fuel tanks, really straightforward. Bolt here, bolt there, bolt there, bolt there. And we need to do the filler neck too. We should do that first, so we just gotta like loosen off the filler neck and then it should drop out. We should be good. But external of the tank looks really good, so as long as we can clean up and get everything etched out inside, like, and clean, we should be able to reuse this tank. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Went to look at the filler neck and forgot about this guy chilling here. Yep, big nope, 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 nope. Yikes. Oh boy, please, nothing too dangerous in there. Okay, yeah, looks like I do have to go from inside the wheel well. I forgot about that. But still, gross! One thing that's super cool on these old JDM cars is the Japanese stickers that get stuck here for what kind of gas goes in it. This thing's only going to get the best high octane. So to get to the filler neck, what you have to do is remove this plastic like shrouding here. That just kind of protects and hides everything from the wheel. And it's all just these like push lock little pins. These plastic ones here. Try not to break them, you just kind of push them in and then pop them out with a screwdriver, because these are very hard to come by these days especially. So these things are like gold to me. One thing I just noticed as well, it's got a hiker's cancel bar in there. That's kind of nice. Although I'll definitely be doing GK Tech bushes in every single thing on this car in the rear end, as well as changing this to proper toe arms. We're definitely going to be taking this subframe out and strengthening it too, because a bit of rust has gotten to the subframe, so it'll be good to clean that up, sandblast it and powder coat it. Anyways, gonna get this all removed, remove the filler neck or disconnect it from the tank, and then we can drop it. So drag this thing out here, and the more and more I just keep looking in here, the more and more I'm like, I don't know if any of that's gonna clean out. Hey, it does look like it may not be rust. Like, I don't know, it's hard to tell. Hang on, let me get my hand in there and just scrape some out. Oh no, it's rust. I don't know what I was thinking there. It may be worth me just not even trying on this and trying to get another tank. It's really bad in there. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna try and pressure wash it and just see how much comes out, and if maybe I can put some kind of chemical in there to kind of like clean it all out. If you guys have any ideas of what to use to clean it out, please let me know in the comment section, or if you think it's a lost cause. But yeah, I'm not too worried. I can definitely get another one of these. We could also just get a 32 GTR tank. Those are still available brand new from Nissan under the Heritage program. They are expensive though. And the GTR ones were not metal, they were plastic, so they're a much better tank. But yeah, bummer. By the way, just a pro tip I forgot to tell you guys, is you really only have to undo 2 bolts, and also you'll need a wobble joint to get to the bolt above the diff. It's a little bit of a tricky one, but as long as you got like the small socket set, you should be able to get it. But yeah, that's that. I'll just put those back up so that when it's at the body shop, they're not dangling down. But I still can't get over this. This is some next level, like, what the hell. Kind of tempted to take the filler neck off there. We'll see. But I'm going to drain whatever's in this right now. It does not smell like gas whatsoever. I don't know if it's water or just like what's left of gas and everything evaporated. It's kind of black. So I'm going to just drain that out and try and get this thing to my shop so we can try and pressure wash it out. I'm not sure if you can hear me too well, but we are in the car. I got the tank wrapped up in that blue plastic in the back, all the windows cranked because that thing reeks. We're going to the shop. I spoke to the guys who got the 32 shell right now. They haven't started cutting it yet, so there's no point stopping by there to check it out. So we're gonna go straight to the shop, see if we can clean out this tank. We just got to the shop, guys, and I'm gonna start trying to clean this fuel tank as soon as possible. I'm just gonna start filling it all up with normal water, see how much will break off with just that. Obviously, I know that's not gonna clean it, but it should get a lot of the debris that's in there off. Then we can pressure wash it. I also have a bunch of these really good chemicals for removing rust and stuff like that. All this stuff down there. So hopefully that stuff will work really well and we'll be able to clean it all up. But if it doesn't start looking like it's gonna all clean up really easily, I'm just gonna ditch it and scrap it, and we'll get a new one. I just wanted to quickly remind you guys to go get yourself some SAMMIT merch. We still have some popular sizing in the SR20 shirts, the Manga Build the Dream shirts, and my personal favorite, the KTR shirt. So head to sammit.net, grab yourself some merch, support me, support the channel, and my projects that all need to someday run. So just from spraying a lot of water in there, most of it's actually fallen off the side of the tank. So I'm a little bit hopeful. It's not looking too bad. I don't know, it's hard, guys. It's hard to tell, but lots of it is coming off. Definitely gonna need to use those chemicals I got there to try and break it all off even more. Let's see, like I have some of it in some spray bottles here. Let's see if this is gonna react with it at all and get any of that rust off. But this purple stuff is so good for getting like rust off. This is like specifically designed for it. Oh, may have eaten through the sprayer. So I'm pretty sure you guys would have guessed this, but this tank is completely a goner. I did use a little bit of chemical and stuff, and it has, for the most part, started to clean it all up. Like up in there and stuff, you can see it's like kind of cleaning, but it's bad, like so bad. Look at it all just accumulated there in that corner there. It's so bad. You can really get a good look at it through there. So Skyline stuff aside, I've been working on the SR, and since I've had to take all the belts off to fit a new belt for the new alternator, I decided to take off any brackets where I missed painting. I also painted the front of the water pump here. Because I have a vent in my hood, that means like when it rains and stuff and you're driving, water will get in here. So if anything's like raw metal, you need to get paint onto it so that it's not gonna rust. So I'm just making sure like all these parts here for the tensioner, for the aircon compressor and stuff have paint on them. Even the bolts here on the front of the ATI harmonic balancer, I'm going to try and get some paint onto these and clean these off with some Scotch-Brite and get some paint on them. But yeah, I'm just pretty much hitting everything with red Scotch-Brite to get rid of the rust or the surface rust, and then I'm cleaning it with parts cleaner and then isopropyl alcohol, and then hitting it with paint. Obviously, anything that I'm painting that I can't remove off the engine, I just mask it all up. But even got some of the pulleys down there that I've just finished painting, and some of the heads of the bolts and stuff. I know like painting the heads of the bolts isn't gonna last long, but at least for a little bit, it'll look pretty. And I've got a fair few of brackets and stuff outside that I'm hitting with some paint too. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep working away at this. Hopefully we'll get everything sorted. I got two different types of belts. CWC Clockworks Customs recommends a 975, but because I have the ATI dampener, I'm pretty sure I can get away with a 970. I bought both just in case, and we'll see which one it'll end up being perfect with, but I should have all of this finished today. Currently just watching the Homie Adams video and the aftermath of that live stream. My gosh, Chris, I felt bad for him. But I really don't know why I do this to myself. I'm literally here right now just waiting for paint to dry. But things are definitely looking nicer over here, that's for sure. I also hit the tip of the power steering shaft because I don't want that to rust, because there was a little bit there already. But this looks much better. Already got it all together. I've got the 970 on here now, and I need to get the adjuster and stuff on the alternator. So I'm going to do that while I'm just chilling and waiting for the rest of this stuff to dry, and then we'll put it all back together. While I'm getting this last power steering belt on, I wanted to talk to you guys about thermo fans, because typically in the drifting community, they don't really get the best rep, especially amongst like the SR guys and the S chassis enthusiasts. You know, they're kind of like diehard fans. They're all like, oh my God, clutch fans are the world's best thing in the world. And yeah, they are. They work really, really well. They're super efficient, and you shouldn't change them unless you need to, unless you want to do something cool. Or you need better cooling performance. Now, typically a lot of people will be like, oh, you know, thermos aren't as good as clutch fans and blah, blah, blah. But what it really comes down to with the clutch fan is it's all about the shroud and how that is ducting and creating this perfect pull of air through the radiator. So that's already a really good setup. And you don't want to go and mess around with that unless you need to. So the first biggest mistake that I see anybody make with thermos is, one, They buy cheap, crappy thermos. Don't go on Alibaba, don't go on eBay. I would also steer clear of the stock Mishimoto ones unless you go with their race line ones, the really high ones, but they're really big fat boys. My highest recommendation is Spal. Get Spal fans. I'm sure there's a couple other brands out there that have true CFMs and stuff like that, but you need a good quality fan. That's the first thing. Second thing is, do you have an alternator that will support, one, everything you already have on your car, and two, adding 2 more thermo fans to that? And do you know how much your fans are going to draw? What kind of fans did you get? So I had to do all of that calculation and work out that, hey, my OEM SR alternator isn't even going to handle another fan, like 1 thermo being added on. So I opted to upgrade. Now, obviously, CWC has this incredible OEM LS1 kit that you're able to put an LS1 alternator on your SR. Everything is the same plug and harness and wiring wise, so it's super simple to use. So that's a no-brainer. And I think the stock LS alternator is 140 amps or 160 amps or something. And then there's so many upgrade options for the LS and that particular alternator like design. I think all the way up to like 250 amps you can get some alternators for the LS1, and that will bolt straight onto your SR now, those aftermarket ones, if you need that. Now, I don't need that, but some people might. Anyways, that aside, your power supply obviously now is going to support the fans. The second thing is, how do you get power to those fans? Through your wiring. If you are using just like 2 standard wires that you bought at AutoZone or Super Cheap or something to 2 fans, so you've got your 2 fan harnesses here, 4 wires, you're just linking those into 2 and then running that to like a relay or battery. You're not even using a relay, you're just using a switch on the dash. Your fans are going to starve. You're not going to be able to get enough current to them for them to actually get to full RPM and cool down your radiator, your engine. A lot of people make this mistake. They use the wrong wire. It's not thick enough. One way to think about it is, it's like a garden hose, right? And obviously the smaller your garden hose really restricts how much water can get out at the other end. So if you have a garden hose that then is plugging into a 2-inch irrigation pipe, at the end of the irrigation pipe, you're going to barely have a trickle of water, right? And that's because there's a massive restriction there. It's not able to fill that 2-inch pipe from that little tiny garden hose. And the same thing is what happens with wiring. You can't push a whole bunch of amps through a tiny little wire. And that's a big issue. In fact, I've seen fires start like that because the wire gets so hot it melts the plastic and then starts a fire. And sometimes the fans will just only spin at half their speed. So you need to have a power rail that will support the amperage that your 2 fans are going to draw. Sometimes it's best to also run 2 separate lines depending on how you're going to set things up, and use a proper relay system with a fuse, guys. It's a no-brainer. Now, all of that aside, there is still one very, very simple but huge mistake I have seen happen time and time again. Most recently, I helped someone at the track who had been having overheating issues with their drift car for the last 6 months. And all it was at the track, he popped his hood, he's like, man, I can't do more than 2 laps and it just always overheats. And all it was his fans were blowing backwards. They were pushing air out the front of the car instead of sucking it in. Simple as, guys, once you set up your thermo fans, you got them on, you got them testing, drop a shop towel or a little tissue behind the fans just to see which way it's getting blown. Simple stuff like this that will just prevent you from having any issues. One thing I just want to quickly go back to is that alternator, and why is it so important to upgrade? Not just for the thermos, but for the rest of your car and longevity of your engine. The reason for this is the power source for everything. And let's focus on the fuel system. You've got an upgraded like 400 liter per hour fuel pump, upgraded injectors, and all of a sudden you've just had a dyno tune, but you had a clutch fan set up for that, right? So everything looks great, the tune is set up, everything, no leaning out at the top end, you're good. But then you, for whatever reason, easy access for serviceability at the track or something, you wanted extra space so you don't have to worry about a clutch fan, so you upgrade to thermos. You went and got the good spells and all that kind of stuff, but you're like, you know what, I'll wait an extra month till I've got some extra money, or I don't need to upgrade the alternator. That's a myth, right? All of a sudden your alternator is maxed out. It is unable to keep up with the demand. And then your voltage is starting to suffer and drop at high RPM. What does that mean? Your fuel pump can't pump as it should. Your injectors and the dead times, if that's not perfect in the ECU, and if your ECU doesn't have fail safes, what's gonna happen? Your engine's gonna start leaning out and you're gonna get detonation, and that's gonna end up going straight into your rod bearings and crank bearings, and they're gonna compress and you're gonna get a spun bearing. I've seen this happen time and time again. A lot of ECUs don't have fail safes like that, especially in the S chassis world. A lot of people do the whole like quick NIS tune or chip the factory ECU, and they've thrown thermos on and never upgraded their alternator. Like, guys, it is so important. Think as your alternator as the power source to everything on your car. And sure, you have a battery, and if the alternator can't keep up, your battery kind of keeps everything at that 12 volt range. But obviously, let's be honest, 9 times out of 10, most drifters don't have a solid battery in their car. Most of the time they just jump start their cars or clutch kick them, or they're old, because we're all the same. We're all trying to change them. There's a couple of Boss Oku guys outside or something. But, oh, the police are chasing them. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is don't be stupid. Like, think about all this stuff. All of this is so important, and if you upgrade something, you've got to think about, from the bigger picture, what other things could that affect. Anyways, end rant. I just hate the fact that people give such a bad rep for thermos, but there's reasons why there's bad rep for them, and it's not actually because of thermos. Thermos are great. They're used in competitions and racing and all that kind of stuff, and you can really control your cooling and keep your engine at that perfect temperature if you got the right ECU to control everything and switch them on and off and stuff. You get more controllability, and more controllability means more performance in the end. Anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap up today's video there. We got the belts on. I just gotta tension this all up and stuff, but I can do that when we wire it. It's late, and next few days are gonna be pretty hectic because my sister-in-law, it's her wedding, so I'll be doing, I think it's gonna be a full traditional Japanese wedding actually, so it's gonna be interesting. Obviously not gonna film that, but you'll probably see some stuff on my Instagram of it, so go check it out. But for now, see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button, write us a comment. A lot of talking again, but if you love my voice as much as I love talking, then there isn't a problem. Peace out. Ciao, mata.